Well done to anyone who solved last week's riddle and come up with Brasov as the answer. Watch till the end of this week's video for the riddle for next week's destination. Welcome to Pints, Plates and Passports, and welcome to Brasov, Romania. Nestled in the shadow of the Carpathian mountains, Brasov is a medieval marvel wrapped in cobble charm and Transylvanian mystique. From Gothic spires to pastel facades, this city blends centuries of history with the pulse of modern revelry. Whether you're chasing echoes through fortress walls or sipping craft brews in candlelit corners, Brasov invites you to wander, wonder and raise a glass to the unexpected. We kicked off the crawl with a curveball, propaganda, a bar so far flung it demanded a taxi and a leap of faith. Tucked into a quiet residential pocket well beyond Brasov's postcard centre, it felt like we were chasing whispers, but once inside, the gamble paid off. Dim lighting, vintage Soviet posters, and a soundtrack that flirted with rebellion set the tone. It's part speakeasy, part time capsule, with a bar team that knows their craft and isn't afraid to pour with personality. We were the only customers in when we arrived, but it soon filled up. The crowd were young, rebellious, intelligent student types. The locals lounged like regulars in the living room, and every corner invited a different kind of conversation. It's the kind of place that doesn't advertise, it recruits. And for this channel that thrives on the offbeat and unforgettable, propaganda was the perfect opening act. A great little bar full of nostalgia and character, and a cool kind of crowd. From the edge of rebellion to the heart of tradition, our taxi wound back towards Brasov's medieval core. The cobblestones grew tighter, the buildings older, and the crawl found its rhythm. We weren't just chasing beers, we were chasing stories, and the next one came with a plate of cold cuts and a tip from a local legend. The old city pub sits like a time-worn bookmark in Brasov's historic centre. With a ground-level outside area and bar, and one floor down, wood-panelled, warm and humming with quiet pride. It's the kind of place where the menu is simple, the beer is local, and the regulars know your name before you finish your first sip. We settled down for the crawl with an antipasti spread, cured meats, crumbly cheeses, and thick cut bread that tasted like it came from someone's grandmother's oven. Enter the local legend, Gheorghe Bunica, a local with a twinkle in his eye and a knack for beer recommendations. He steered us towards Sighisoara, a Romanian brew with regional soul. The blueberry variant was a fruity surprise, but the honey beer, that was nectar, sweet, smooth and just eccentric enough to earn its place in the crawl. That honey beer hit like a velvet hammer, sweet on the tongue, then boom, 9% and you're suddenly narrating in slow motion. We thought we were easing in slowly, a cosy pub, a plate of meats, a local tip. But Gheorghe Bunica had other plans. His honey beer recommendation came with a wink and a wallop. At 9%, it was less a drink and more of a declaration. Smooth, golden, deceptively gentle, it set the tone for the rest of the crawl. Bold, unexpected, and slightly off balance. From that point on, every step felt a little more cinematic. Georgi was kind enough to show us to the first ever Romanian school, just around the corner from the old city pub. More of that in the interval. With the honey beer still buzzing in our bloodstream, we wandered deeper into Brasov's old town. The streets narrowed, the lights warmed, and our crawl took on a looser gait. We weren't just following a route anymore, we were following a feeling, and that feeling led us to Public Bar. Public Bar is where Brasov lets its hair down. Tucked just off the main square, and a blend of exposed brick, low lighting, and a soundtrack that leans into indie, funk, and the occasional guilty pleasure. The crowd, young, local, effortlessly cool, the kind of place where students, creatives, and off-duty bartenders all share the same table. But tonight, it was quiet. There was a festival going on in the town square, and it seemed the whole of Brasov was there. We grabbed a window seat, letting the hum of conversation and the clink of glasses wash over us. The beer list was solid, Romanian staples with a few surprises. It wasn't rowdy, but it was alive, and after a few sips, so were we. The night was deepening, the crawl was loosening, and the honey beer played a huge part in that. After the brick and beats of Public, we craved something familiar, something hearty, loud, and unmistakably Irish. So we followed the laughter spilling into the street and found ourselves at a pub with a new name but an old soul. O'Peter's is Brasov's Irish heartbeat, rebranded but still roaring. Formerly known as Dean's, its sprawling bar spills out onto the street terrace, ideal for people watching on a sunny afternoon. And the decor feels like Dublin got dropped into a Carpathian courtyard. Dark wood, green trim, and a stage that's never quiet for long. The Guinness flowed, the Jamesons followed, and the energy was infectious. Locals and expats mingled like old friends, and the staff were friendly and chatty. It's the kind of place where you lose track of time, gain a few new drinking buddies, and maybe belt out a chorus or two. For a crawl that loves an Irish bar, O'Peter's was a perfect pivot. From Romanian brews to Irish ballads, all under one roof. There were some tasty treats on offer in the menu. Guinness pie, Irish breakfast, pizzas, burgers, and more. We drifted through Brasov's old town, the buzz of O'Peter's still humming in our ears, until we spotted the glow of brick and neon. No stairs, no secrets, just a street-level welcome and the promise of one more round. By day, the outside seating is packed, people having food and drinks. By night, it's more speakeasy. Low lights, velvet curtains, velvet chairs, a stage, live bands performing, exposed brick walls and some striped wallpaper, and a couple of classy cocktails at affordable prices. It's the kind of place that doesn't try too hard because it doesn't need to. 13 Pub is Brasov in its comfort zone. Welcoming, unpretentious, and just rowdy enough to keep the night alive. Before the next pint, we pause for a detour, a few minutes to soak in the soul of Brasov, the attractions, the landmarks, because this city isn't just a crawl, it's a storybook. We begin with the Black Church, Brasov's Gothic crown jewel. Towering over the old town, its soot-stained walls whisper of fire and resilience. Step inside and you're greeted by one of Eastern Europe's largest pipe organs and a tapestry of Lutheran history that dates back to the 14th century. Just around the corner lies the first Romanian school at St Nicholas Church, kindly shown to us by Mr Bunica. It's a quiet courtyard where language found its voice, where Romanian was first taught and printed. The museum inside holds ancient texts, wooden desks and an echoes of a cultural awakening. Look up and you'll spot Brasov's own Hollywood sign, bold white letters perched on Tampa Mountain, watching over the city like a guardian. You can hike up or take the cable car, but either way, the view from the top is pure Transylvanian magic. Wander a bit and you'll find Strada Svrori, or Rope Street in English. The narrowest street in Eastern Europe, just 111 centimetres wide at its tightest. It's a medieval alley once used by firefighters, now a selfie magnet and a symbol of Brasov's quirky charm. Nearby, the Brasov Synagogue stands in quiet dignity, a beautiful Moorish revival building from 1901, still active and welcoming. It's a reminder of the city's multicultural roots and enduring spirit. Then there's Catherine's Gate, the last surviving medieval gate of the old city. Built in 1559, it's all turrets and timber, a fairy tale portal that once separated Saxons and Romanians. At the heart of it all is Council Square, a lively plaza framed by pastel facades, buzzing cafes and the old town hall. The Church of St Peter and Paul anchors one end, while the square itself hosts festivals, markets and the daily rhythm of Brasov's life. But Brasov isn't just about what's inside the walls. Just beyond, you'll find Bran Castle, a 50-minute drive away, Dracula's mythical lair, perched on a cliff and dripping with legend. Peles Castle is an 80-minute drive away, neo-Renaissance masterpiece with royal flair and mountain views, and rightly considered one of the world's most beautiful castles. Carpathian is a 90-minute drive away. It's the gateway to the Transfagarasan highway, one of the world's most scenic drives, twisting through peaks, tunnels and glacial lakes. It's a drive that we'll be doing tomorrow, and it will feature in one of our Detour episodes, so look out for that one. Poiana Brasov is a ski resort just 20 minutes away, offering slopes in winter and alpine hikes in summer. Brasov Zoo, a family-friendly escape with over 100 species, nestled in the forest near Noya Lake. And if you've got time, don't miss the white and black towers, the Weaver's Bastion, or a walk along the old city walls, where Brasov's layered history unfolds with every step. After the Pulse of 13 pub, we needed a breather, a place to let the night exhale. So we wandered through Brasov's winding streets, trading baselines for book spines and candlelight. The crawl wasn't over, but it was evolving, and Typographia was waiting with open pages and poured poetry. Typographia isn't just a bar, it's a soft-spoken sanctuary tucked into Brasov's Old Town, where books line the wall and ideas linger in the air. It's the kind of place where the music is mellow, the lighting is low, and the drinks come with a side of reflection. We slipped into a corner table, surrounded by typewriters, literary quotes, and the quiet hum of conversation. There was a good choice of beer, and there was a few wines and cocktails that matched the bar's poetic lean. Typographia is a relaxed, thoughtful kind of bar. It would be the perfect place to reflect on the crawl at the end of the night, but we still had 4 places to go. The crawl was cruising, not closing. With 6 stops behind us, and the night still youngish, we veered towards Afterstube, a spot that promised comfort without compromise. No fanfare, no fuss, just good drinks, good people, and a vibe that said, "You're not done yet." Afterstube is Brasov's laid-back lounge. The quirky decor and handmade tables made this stop a must. The crowd is mellow but magnetic. We grabbed a table, ordered another round, and let the crawl breathe. This is a multi-room ale heaven. Your eyes will be darting everywhere from tables to walls to chairs, all at the quirky decor inside. Afterstube keeps the night rolling without rushing it, and for stop 7, that's exactly what we needed. Have a look around while we tell this week's joke.
A man walks into a bar. As he sits down, he looks up and notices 3 pieces of meat hanging from the ceiling. He asks the bartender, "What's with the meat?" The bartender says, "If you can jump up and slap all 3 pieces at once, you get free drinks for an hour. But if you miss any, you have to pay for everyone else's drinks for the rest of the night. Do you want to give it a go?" The man takes another look at the meat, then says, "I think I'll pass. The stakes are too high."
Hey guys, while you're just watching this bit, can I just take a moment to ask you if you're enjoying the ride, whether it's the pints, the plates, the passport stamps, the banter, the jokes, the riddles. Please don't forget to hit the like button, drop us a comment, and smash that subscribe button. It might seem small, but for a brand new channel like ours, every click, every word, every sub makes a massive difference. It tells the algorithm we're worth sharing, and it helps keep us exploring, filming, and bringing you more cinematic stories from the road. So if you're vibing with the journey, show us some love. With 7 stops behind us and the night still unfolding, we pivoted again. This time towards something sleeker. The streets were quieter now, the crawl more curated. We weren't chasing chaos anymore, we were chasing cool, and still Cafe had it in spades. Castle Cafe is Brasov's answer to modern chic. A stylish blend of cocktail bar, cafe and lounge, wrapped in soft lighting and smooth design. Curved furniture, polished surfaces and a menu that balances espresso with espresso martinis. We walked in and felt the shift. Mellow beats, curated decor and a crowd that looked like they step out of a design magazine. It's an oasis of calm and class. Still Cafe wasn't loud, but it made a statement. And for stop 8, it was the perfect palate cleanser before the final stretch. We'd been chasing a ghost. The map said the Carpenters, but the streets said nothing. And after 3 laps around the block and a few choice words for the navigation app, we gave up and walked into Templeri, defeated but thirsty. As we sat down, still muttering about the mystery pub, the barmaid leaned over with a smile and solved it. Templeri is Romanian for Carpenters. The crawl had just handed us a plot twist. Templeri is understated, elegant and quietly confident. A modern bar with clean lines, warm wood tones and a name that had us walking in circles. But once inside, the confusion melted into charm. The barmaid overheard our drinks orders, gin and tonic, vodka and tonic, and raised an eyebrow. "Let me make something better for you," said. And she did. No menu, no fuss, just instinct and skill. What arrived was a pair of bespoke cocktails, balanced and bold, the kind of drinks that make you rethink your usual. Templeri wasn't loud, but it left an impression. It's the kind of place that rewards curiosity, corrects your order, and turns a wrong turn into a right turn. It was getting late. Options were getting slim. For our last stop, we had to trade cobblestones for strobe lights and stepped into Times nightclub, where the night didn't end, it evolved. Times nightclub is Brasov's after-hour heartbeat. A maze of lights, lasers and late-night energy. From the moment we walked in, the crawl shifted gears. Gone were the quiet corners, candlelit chats. This was full volume, full tilt celebration. The crowd pulsed with locals and travellers alike, all moving to the soundtrack that bounced from house to hip-hop to Balkan bangers. We grabbed a couple of cocktails at the bar, which were poured in an instant and let the music take over. Pretty quiet when we got here, but it was slowly getting busier and busier. It seems the whole club was one massive dance floor. The air was electric and the vibe pure release. After a night of discovery, Times was the exclamation point. You don't need to check the time, because the time doesn't matter, only the moment does. Now here's the riddle for next week's Destination X. Solve it, put your answer in the comments, tune in next week to see if you were right.
Where walls rise bold in royal hue, and dragons guard the coastal view, a crown once placed, a tale retold, in towers built to break the old, where Welsh winds whip through ancient gate, and tides reflect a storied fate, a fortress town of pride and flame. Your next stop bears a princely name.
10 stops, one city, countless stories. From taxi rides to tip-offs, blueberry brews to basement beats. Brasov gave us everything and then some. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you in the next episode.